Shazam.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Shazam video. I also have details on the Comic-Con trailer, what's going on with Black Adam, and just the DC panel at Comic-Con in general. There's a bunch of trailers that are going to be dropping, so if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's a new round of that Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. Biggest thing first, a lot of people were confused this morning about who was standing next to Shazam. How could he coexist with Shazam at the same time? So this is actually Billy Batson in full Shazam form, standing next to Freddie Freeman, who's one of his foster brothers. They're doing the Jeff Johns New 52 Shazam run, meaning that all the family members will get powers. So Mary Marvel, Freddie Freeman, everybody.
He's got a whole perception about the magical world. He can see the magical world that we can't. And he's also super strong. He can cast spells. There's no instruction book though, so he has no idea how to cast a spell really. He kind of tested on some things. He can zap an ATM machine and get a lot of money, but he can't shut it off. So all sorts of crazy stuff happens.
As you can see, like most of the focus is on the costume itself. Now this is a screen grab from the movie. Most of you have spotted that they've tuned it up quite a bit in post-production. Like there's lightning highlights on the gauntlets. They've turned the sandals into actual sandals so they don't look like metal boots anymore. They've lit up the lightning bolt, and there's a lightning bolt that's lit up on his belt buckle too. So everything glows just a little bit. But the other big thing too is they've used CG to slim him down just a little bit. So this is what Zachary Levi looked like when they were actually filming it behind the scenes. He got bulked up big time like Ben Affleck, in just like the chunkier version of the Ben Affleck Batman costume. They put some padding beneath it too. Then in post-production, slimmed his waist down a little bit. If you didn't watch any of the behind the scenes on Batman v Superman or Justice League, Ben Affleck did get pretty jacked, but they still add a lot of padding on top of that so that it gives it that comic book look. The characters are superheroes, so their physiques are meant to defy physics. Like they're meant to have these crazy awesome bodies.
Men are brave.
You're ready for another take, but otherwise it's sloshing about the place, and the material on the suit starts to stretch a little bit. But during a fight sequence where the person you're fighting, because of the nature of their costume.
So of course everybody, even Gal Gadot, gets tuned just a little bit so that everything looks perfect. So I'm guessing, except when he's calling down extra power, this is about as big as he's going to look through most of the movie. We also found out who's going to be playing the wizard Shazam. It's going to be Djimon Hounsou from the Marvel movies. Korath himself is going to be starring in 2 Captain Marvel movies, one at the beginning of the year from Marvel, the other from DC at the end of the year.
Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man.
The plot synopsis doesn't reference Black Adam, but it just says, in the film, Billy is assigned to a new foster home where he befriends comic book superfan Freddy. So Freddy is the entrance to the comic book world. He's probably the Superman superfan. One day, Billy's subway ride is interrupted by a mysterious wizard, played by Djimon Hounsou, who has been searching for ages to find the right successor to inherit his powers. He reveals the teen has been selected to gain an assortment of abilities, and all it takes is for Billy to say, Shazam. So he says teen. I'm guessing that means he's like 13, 14 during the course of the movie. Still very young, but not a really little kid, and not quite in high school. Just a reminder, if you didn't see the earlier Shazam videos that I did, they already did a couple promo videos, so I'll link one of those at the end of this.
Hey, everybody, it's Zach and Asher from the set of... Well, this is only one part of our set. We can't really show you all of the set because that would spoil everything.
It would. It wouldn't be fun like that.
Explain this movie in one sentence. Asher.
It's a fun family movie, and everyone's going to want to watch it.
Yes.
Do you agree, Zach?
I agree. In one sense, I would say this movie is like Superman meets Big. So for most of you, you will know who Superman is, and if you're old enough and cool enough, you know the Tom Hanks movie Big.
Oh,
that's kind of what that is, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty good.
Guy.
Super funny.
I think it makes it unique. You know, I love Superman. I grew up watching Superman as a kid, and I think him and Superman have a lot of things.
But they call it a mixture of Tom Hanks' Big in a Superman movie. So if you're not a big comic book reader, the Shazam character shares a lot of the same tone as the Superman character. So creatively, they flow from a lot of the same energy. They even look very similar. There are a lot of jokes about that in the comics in the past. But for the most part, I think that Henry Cavill is only involved with this on a cameo level, because Freddie Freeman was seen walking around on set with the Man of Steel logo on his shirt. That pretty much confirms this picks up after the events of Justice League, so Superman has been doing his Superman thing. He's been inspiring little kids. These foster children, Billy Batson and his friends, are inspired by him, so they want to be superheroes too. So I'll be curious to see what they reference during the movie without actually having Henry Cavill on screen. You may have seen Henry Cavill himself is doing the press tour for Mission Impossible 6, but he also started doing his Superman workouts again. So people are like, does this mean that he's getting ready to announce a Man of Steel sequel? I've already done a video about the actual things that he's said about the next Man of Steel movie. They do want to do it. They have a story in mind. There are a couple people that do want to direct it, but Warner Brothers hasn't announced anyone yet. So what I actually think that he's getting ready for is to shoot a Shazam cameo. I just think they haven't done that yet. They'll wait till like the last possible minute, then they'll tack it on. It'll either be a post-credit scene or he'll show up at the very end of the film to talk to Billy. Because if you're going to have an entire family of superpowered individuals foster children in real life, then Superman is probably going to want to keep tabs on them. And technically, this is still a shared DC movie universe, so these movies are meant to connect, meaning that it's still Henry Cavill's Superman that's keeping an eye on them. So a lot of the actors and the producers have been making jokes about Superman, just teasing that he's going to show up somewhere. But like I said, I think it's only supposed to be a very brief cameo. The other big thing, speaking of cameo, The Rock confirmed that he's not going to appear as Black Adam during the Shazam movie. They're going to shoot the Black Adam movie at the end of next year. So if he does appear during this movie at all, it might be in a very brief post-credit scene reference, just as a way to link this to that film, because eventually they will have to face each other, but it seems like they're saving that for a sequel because they don't want the tone of the Shazam movie to get too heavy.
Doing that, right, with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, we have a few surprises down the line. So what we decided to do was actually create a scenario where Black Adam is having his standalone movie, right? Captain Marvel, Shazam will have his standalone movie, and then that way we're building our world up that way, and then we can come together at some other point. So we have a surprise for Black Adam coming up. I can't tell you what it is.
In The Rock as Black Adam is probably about as serious as you can get inside the DC universe. He will put the hurt on anybody that shows up in his film, but The Rock did tease a bunch of DC universe characters showing up during his Black Adam movie, but he didn't say who. I think Superman is also a pretty good likelihood. Like, they might cameo Superman in the Black Adam movie in lieu of doing another Man of Steel movie right away. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But reminder about the Comic-Con panel. They're showing off a full Aquaman trailer with finished CG, a teaser for Shazam. They confirmed that there would be a teaser of some sort. I hope they release that online. It sounds like they will. And then a Wonder Woman 2 behind-the-scenes teaser because they're still shooting that movie. So whatever footage they drop, I will totally do videos for. No worries. Leave all your requests in the comments below. And I'll name a new giveaway winner when I post new DC. So we'll be ramping up for Comic-Con next week. I'll start posting videos about what my schedule is going to be and the trailers that we found out about and all the other really cool stuff that's going on. But while you wait for everything, click here for that Shazam teaser and click here to learn all about Nick Fury showing up during Spider-Man Far From Home. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.